Every few months, Donald Trump revives a favorite scare story, the so-called white genocide in South Africa. In May 2025, Trump confronted South African President Cyril Ramaphosa with a montage of misleading videos, claiming white farmers are being systematically wiped out. He fast-tracked asylum for nearly 60 white South Africans, framing it as a heroic rescue. Influencers like Elon Musk amplify this narrative, painting a picture of vengeful black South Africans targeting whites. But the facts don't support this. South African leaders, Afrikaner groups, and even the courts have dismissed the idea of a white genocide. Crime in South Africa is real, but it affects everyone. Most victims are black, not white. The white genocide story is a political tool, not a reality. It's designed to stoke racial fears and validate a worldview where white people are the ultimate victims. By cherry-picking images and stripping them of context, Trump and his allies push a myth that distracts from real issues. This is a ghost story, not a genocide, meant to divide, not to protect. If you want to talk about a real genocide, look north to Namibia, once German Southwest Africa. In the early 1900s, the German Empire unleashed a campaign of extermination against the Herero and Nama peoples. After a rebellion in 1904, German commander Lothar von Trotha issued an order. Any Herero found within colonial borders would be shot, women and children included. Tens of thousands were driven into the desert, water holes sealed, left to die of thirst and starvation. Over 4 years, German forces killed about 80% of the Herero and half the Nama population. This was a real state-sanctioned genocide, meticulously documented, yet largely forgotten in the West. The Namibian genocide was a blueprint for horrors that would later unfold in Europe. The German genocide in Namibia was chillingly organized, foreshadowing Nazi methods. Concentration camps like Shark Island became death factories. Prisoners faced forced labor, starvation, and brutal treatment. German scientists used victims for grotesque racial experiments, sending thousands of skulls to universities to prove white superiority. Modern weaponry mowed down entire communities. Survivors were hunted or left to die in the desert. Before 1904, the Herero numbered up to 100,000. By the end, only about 15,000 survived. The Nama population was halved. This was not collateral damage. It was deliberate policy. The goal, clear land for German settlers, a concept later resurrected by the Nazis as Lebensraum. The Herero and Nama genocide is not just a colonial crime, but a foundational event in modern history. Its legacy shaped the worst atrocities of the 20th century. Compare the Namibian genocide, systematic, state-sponsored extermination, to Trump's white genocide myth, and the difference is staggering. One is a historical fact, the other, a conspiracy debunked by evidence and even Afrikaner leaders. Trump's rhetoric echoes colonial language, framing whites as victims and immigrants as threats. Selective asylum for white Afrikaners while banning others exposes the racial logic at play. In reality, Afrikaners still hold immense economic power in South Africa. Policies aimed at redressing inequality are not genocide. They're attempts to fix the legacy of apartheid. Calling them genocide trivializes real atrocities and fuels dangerous myths. Equating economic reform with extermination dishonors true victims and distorts history. The Herero and Nama genocide isn't just history, it's a living issue. Descendants still fight for justice and reparations, as Germany's official apology hasn't led to meaningful compensation. This struggle reminds us that historical crimes leave deep wounds. The racist ideologies behind the genocide never disappeared. They resurface in today's politics of fear. Myths like white genocide thrive when real history is forgotten. Learning about Namibia is an act of resistance against division and misinformation. Remembering the Herero and Nama gives us the clarity to challenge dangerous fictions. Justice for Namibia and truth in our politics are both essential if we want to break the cycle of fear and division. This is Planet Perspective. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.